Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. Let's review a game between Magnus Carlsen vs Jose Carlos Ibarra Jerez. White begins with the rare and teasing pawn to h4, instantly pulling the game away from tradition. Black responds with a firm pawn to e5, planting a stake in the center. Carlsen supports the center with c4, preparing d4. Black calmly brings out the knight to f6, keeping control of e4. White plays e3, a quiet but purposeful step. Black mirrors with c6, building a solid defensive wall. The pawn thrust g4 appears, white is signaling early aggression. Black fianchettos with g6, choosing stability. White seizes the moment and pushes d4. Black supports the structure with d6. The pawn storms forward again, g5. The knight is chased to the awkward h5. White is setting the tone. Carlsen opens the center with dex5. Ibarra recaptures, keeping the structure intact. The queens come off early with qx d8 check. Black's king is forced to take on d8, stepping into the open. Now white develops smoothly with nf3, black responds with bishop to g7, maintaining harmony. Knight to c3 follows. Black pins that knight with bishop to g4. White breaks the pin with b2. Black activates knight to d7. White's knight heads to d2. Black captures on e2, simplifying. The white king steps up and recaptures. Black plays h6, challenging white's kingside space. White's knight hops to e4. Black captures on g5. Knight recaptures on g5, landing aggressively. The black king moves to e7. White plays b3, preparing bb2, black steps back with the king to e8. Knight lands on e4 again, threatening. Black retreats bishop to f8. The bishop glides to b2. Black tries for counterplay with f5. White shifts the knight to g3. Black centralizes the bishop on d6. The rook comes to d1, seizing the open file. Black's king steps to e7. White doubles rooks with rd2, black captures on g3. White recaptures with the f-pawn, opening lines. Black pins the knight with bishop to b4. White lifts a rook to d3, eyeing infiltration. Black pushes e4 to gain room. The rook swings to d4. Black lifts the rook to h5, hunting for counterplay. White doubles rooks on the d-file again, adding pressure. Black's knight jumps to f6. White forces the bishop back with a3. Black retreats to c5. White readjusts with r4 d2, black prepares defenses with rook to e8. White expands on the queenside with b4. Black's bishop falls back to b6. The rook invades on d6, seizing the initiative. Black defends with rook to f8. And then the final stroke, rook to e6 checkmate. By dragging black's king into the open early and tightening the grip move by move, Carlsen turned small advantages into a decisive attack. In the end, Carlsen transformed an offbeat opening, masterpiece of central pressure, rook coordination, and precise timing. The final checkmate with rook to e6 was quiet, elegant, and completely unavoidable. A creative game, a relentless attack, and a flawless finish from the world champion.